Hey guys, welcome back for the April update for 3430. I've done so much in the last month. I guess it's the 19th of April already. Kind of forgot to do my normal mid-month update last a couple days ago. But here I am. So, all right. I decided so I know in my last update I had talked about the cowl being in place and done, but I ended up pulling it back off in favor of repainting the whole trunk area. So I did that one night. My older son helped me out. That was pretty fun. He helped me mask everything off, and we covered the windshield and covered all the things I didn't want paint on, and then we painted it that night. And it turned out real nice. I just used the SEM trim black paint. I did quite a bit of scrubbing with acetone to get the old paint off, which revealed quite a few actually places where they had done like some fiberglass repair, I think at the factory, and then painted over it. Yeah, it's probably not going to stand out too well, but that turned out really good. And then once I had that done, then I put the cowl back in, and then I also got the wiper blades put on. I had my arms were in good shape. They just needed to be painted, so I painted those, and they turned out pretty good. I was missing one of the caps. I ordered one of the caps, the second cap from Delorean Go. Just got it the other day. I have it kind of taped down because it didn't really fit great, so I put a little like thread locker to kind of just glue it in place. That should be okay until unless I ever need to take it off again, then I'll probably break it in the process, but that's fine. Let's see, what else did I do up here? I painted these plates and put in stainless steel screws. I got all my panels put on with all stainless steel screws that I did previously with the rib. I did stainless steel rib nuts in there to replace all the original ones. Did that side as well. Also got the jack bag all cleaned up. My son helped me with that as well. This has been pretty fun. He washed that whole thing and washed all the tools and got it all tied up and tucked back in and paneled back on. So I like those days when the kids are willing to come out and help me, because part of the reason I wanted to do this was to help, to teach them about cars and how to fix things and whatnot. Under the carpet is the spare. I cleaned it up, and I guess I could pull this up real quick. So I cleaned up the spare, put air in it, holds air fine, and then the rubber straps, I actually drilled them out when I went to paint, and when I was done painting, I just used some pop rivets to put it back on, and so that's all in there, latched up good. Carpet's in good shape, backing board's in good shape, just vacuumed it up and put it back in. Well, since I got these here, I can talk about these now. I also went through my rear harness for my lights and figured out what was working and what was not, and which, with the old light board, which was pretty much nothing. Like the reverse light worked, and then I think on one of the boards, one of the brake lights worked. So it was like pretty obvious I needed to get new boards, and so I went ahead and I bought the Delorean boards. They make a really nice product, and I decided to go with these guys because they made it so the three brake lights are lit up. All three of them are lit up when you brake, so you get extra brake lights back there. And so that was pretty much the only reason I went with those over any of the other ones that were available. Have yet to put the back end back together. I'm working on the fascia, and I'll show you that in a second. But I was pretty lucky that both my rear lenses are in really good shape. I still need to clean them up, but there's no cracks or nothing. There's no fading in the orange like there is in some of the other ones. you know, nothing really broke off the back. So I was pretty happy when I first discovered that when I was taking it apart originally. Also did a similar thing with the front end. I got all the front end lights put on, made sure they're they're all working. Let's see. Oh, and the bumper pads, I painted them with like a truck bed liner or a wheel well liner type stuff. Painted them up black and put them back on. Did that with the rear as well. Also finished the stainless steel tabs for the fascia. All right. Let's see, in the front or in the inside, I took out the rest of the headliner to just kind of investigate, and then the sun visor mounts for one of them, well, two of them actually just pulled right out. They weren't mounted very well anymore, so I popped rid of that back into place, and then the one on that side I had to do as well. The mirror's all jacked up. Let's see. I got my steering column housing back on. I'll probably make a post on that. I did some. I had to do a little bit of restoration to to where the screws bolt together, because the like the rib nuts or whatever was there were just gone. So I had to kind of fashion some new rib nuts and glue them in place. So I did all that. You might have seen a video or a post I did. I got my AC hooked up and running. Somebody made a post about this Kubota tractor radio harness that you can buy that plugs in. So if you want to do an aftermarket stereo, you don't have to cut your old harness. I guess there is still some modification about the speakers, because the old speakers versus new speakers using different wiring and stuff. I haven't looked into that fully yet, but I guess I might still have to cut some to get to the speaker wire. But at least with this, you don't have to cut every single wire. So, I dug into my passenger door a little bit more and discovered that the window regulator over there is it's getting power from the switch when you actuate the switch, but nothing's happening. So I don't know if that motor's burned out or what's going on, but it's definitely off the track, the window itself, and then the little plastic elbow that's down in there is broken apart too. So I got some of the common symptoms of bad window regulator. So I peeked at the driver's side door. It's in a similar state as well. So I got quite a bit of work to do with those. Oh, I got my emergency brake hooked up on both sides and working. And so that was a good thing. One of the last mechanical things I needed to do. So I know that there's the little strip with the 3 bolts that go below the car for the mud shields underneath, or the trailing arm shields. But once I discovered that, I had already done this. I glued in some studs that I found that were stainless steel, and they're made by Rotolock. I guess I can show you real quick. I have some extras. So Rotolock, and then these guys. So I just bought the right, thread size, and about the back side. You just kind of drop it in there, and I used JB Weld plastic bonder and glued them in place. So I probably ended up spending more money on that than I could have if I would have just bought the goofy strip deal, but oh well. Let's see. I got my rear quarter panels installed. Well, you can't see it now because the quarter panel's installed, but I did buy the offering that Delorean Industries has for the lower door shock mount, and installed that. That went in pretty good. I had this off at the time, so installation was super easy. I just had to take out this infill plastic piece, which gave me a chance to kind of clean really good in there, and then you know, put it all back together. It's good to go now. Back here, I also painted the tops of the pontoons in there and along the back and on this side as well. I tidied up the wiring I was talking about last time on there. I decided just for now I'm going to mount this guy right here, and maybe try and do something later on. I don't know. I just didn't want to deal with it too much, and it was kind of, you know, already in the way or out of the way, and I had a mount stud really handy, so I just threw it up and said, "To hell with it. It's good enough." At least for now. So, one of the things for the air conditioning was when I went to service it with the lines oriented the way I had them, so having both service ports straight up, I couldn't get the gosh, what is it? The low side, I think. The connection on the low side with it straight up because of the bulge here and the bolts and stuff. So the fitting, actually, I couldn't get it around that. So luckily I was able to kind of rotate it around, so it's coming in from the side now over here. So I was able to attach it on the side, and then this one rotated out of the way so it wouldn't hit this guy. But and then that worked out okay. Charged it up, no problem. Works great. That's pretty much it back here. Well, actually, I got the that reinforcement panel for the rear fascias in place. And then I got the engine cover latch is in place. And again, all the wiring is good to go. The marker lights are in good shape. Just kind of waiting the rest of the install. The bumper pad's in. Here's the rear fascia. And so again, another Rotolock thing you can get is the little studs, the glue in studs. Sorry, I'm stuttering, but I removed all the old ones with a Dremel tool, kind of carved out the plastic and then pried them out. They're all rusted and broken off from when I took it apart. And so there's 9 along the bottom, but there's actually 3 more up here on each side. Those ones are in good shape though. 3 more over there. And then there's 2 on the front fascia, but I don't remember taking bolts off of those, so I think they were just kind of used as pins to hold it in place. But anyway, I actually bought these from Delorean Go because they had them, you know, reasonably priced, and you could buy just the number that you needed instead of buying like 100 of them from Rotolock. I couldn't find them on McMaster for some reason. Maybe I just didn't look hard enough, but anyway, I just bought the 9 that I needed for across the bottom of the fascia. Most of the white paint peeled off with just a little bit of heat. I applied a little bit of heat and it would just peel right off. So most of the paint removal on the fascias went like that. For whatever reason, on the top edge, it's a little bit, you know, more firm. It's harder to get it off. So I'm gonna probably just have to sand that down. Let's see. I got kind of a bunch of little bits that I've been painting. Some of the, you know, panels, and this is the latch, I think, for the battery strap, which I have a plan on how to recover my battery strap because I still have all the strap material and all the pieces, but the fabric or the sewing holding the strap together is deteriorated to where the straps are apart. So, but more to come on that. There's some bits from the louvers, painting those up. More pieces that I've been painting. Let's see, yeah, so the engine cover, I was missing, you know, quite a few of the clips, so I've got another owner who had just about exactly what I needed, and he was willing to sell them to me, so I got those coming. And then I still need to clean these up and paint them and stuff, but my louver had a crack right in here. So I glued that with some JB Weld plastic bonder, and then I plan on when they're in stock, I like the DMCH reinforcement bracket because it has the hook down in this area to hook the engine cover. And then I still got to buy the like the actual latch hoop for the engine cover, and then the upper one as well. So I got those in my wish list, waiting for my next order. Here's my license plate bezel, which I'm gluing these aluminum backing plates because all of the holes were actually blown through, so I can't even put this on right now. So I glued those pieces of aluminum in there, and then I'm gonna fill that with some plastic filler or something, and then re-drill the holes and put that back on. Well, I'll paint it and then I'll put it back on. But I mean, this piece is like $100, so I think that should save me some money. Otherwise, let's see, I've been cleaning and taking apart a lot of the interior parts. There's all the switches, and my dome light is broken, so I gotta get a new one of those. Ashtray, I'm gonna refurbish the tray of that and paint it and put it back together. I also I took apart my seat tracks. Here's some pieces of the seat tracks that are painted and waiting. And then my handles, I painted those. Those are here. And my seat tracks I gave to a friend to weld some new studs into. And I'm waiting to get those back. And then I'll probably throw my seats in, at least temporarily. They're up there right now waiting. Cleaned my carpet. Carpet's all in the box there. I cleaned it up with a rug doctor and vacuumed it and cleaned it that way for now. Once I'm able to save up enough to buy a new carpet kit, I'll do that. But for now, I'll just have the old carpet. It'll just be clean. All right. I'm sure I missed something, but I guess that's it for now. It's 17 minutes again. I tried to go quickly, but you know, I've been doing a lot. So thanks for watching this long. And again, any comments, suggestions, appreciated. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. See ya.